Okay, so in this example, we're going to be working on this first point from our top of climb to our first checkpoint, which is over 7 Golf 9, which is an airport near Canton, the town. So if we go across, what's really important to us right here is going to be our ground speed. That's what we're figuring out right now. We're figuring out what our ground speed is. And to figure out what our ground speed is, we're going to need to know our true course and our wind information. So with all of that, we are now going to take a look at the wind side of our E6B. So this side right here is what we're looking at. And the nice thing about this side of the E6B is that it always has instructions up at the top. So that's super helpful. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to set our true index. So under this true index mark here, and sorry my E6B is a little worn away, we're going to put the wind speed, or I'm sorry, the wind direction. See, number 1, set the true index opposite wind direction. So in this case, we're going back over here. Our wind direction is 203. Velocity is 48. That is a really windy day. So 203. So now we're going to spin this until 203 is underneath that black index triangle. 203. I'm going to try to get it as close as I can. Okay, 203. Perfect. And now if you look at number 2, it says we're going to place the wind dot up from the grommet. The grommet is this little thing. It's usually like a metal piece right in the center. And I always slide it so that my grommet is starting on 100. That way it's a nice round number. Makes the math a little bit easier for us. Just like that. Wind speed we saw is 48 knots. So we're going to use a pencil and mark that up from center. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, and then each of these little lines are 2. So we're gonna put a mark right on this line. I usually like to put a T, you can put a dot, whatever works. So I'm gonna get my pencil so that I can erase it later. Gosh, this is really hard to do. There we go. Okay, you can kind of see it. Now we're just gonna follow the directions again. Now we're gonna place the true course under this index. Our true course that we found here was 153. Remember, TC stands for true course, 153. So now we're gonna spin this again so that 153 is opposite this little black triangle, or our true index. So 153, oh gosh. Okay, gotta switch hands here. This worked earlier for me and is not working too well now. Okay, hang on. Gotta set you down. Okay, so now I've set my true course, my 153, under the true index, and I see my little T is over here. Don't forget that part. Okay, so now the next step is we're gonna move the slide to place the wind dot on true airspeed. So we already found our true airspeed based off of our cruise performance sheet in the POH. So 107. So now we're gonna slide this grommet to be on the 107 line. So if this is 110, 107 is gonna be like right in between these two right here. So now I'm just gonna slide this. Oh, geez. Struggling. Right about there, I would say. Okay, perfect. So then looking back up here, we've pretty much done everything now. Now we're just reading our results. So 5, we read the ground speed underneath the grommet. So the grommet, again, is this little metal piece that's right in the center. So right underneath of that is our ground speed. And it looks like my little wind line is up a little high, probably. looks like it's right about 70. So we see this is 60, this big bold line is 70 right there. So I'm gonna say our ground speed is 70, which is what we got. So we're gonna put our ground speed underneath this ground speed column. Perfect. The other thing that we're gonna figure out is our wind correction angle, or our WCA, and it's located under the wind dot. So now we're looking right here. And again, these thick lines are 10, so 10, 20. So it's 20 degrees to the right of this like center piece. And if it's to the right, we're going to end up adding it to our true course. And if you need a memorization, it's down here, TC, and then if it's to the right, we add. If it's to the left, we subtract for our wind correction angle. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to add 20 degrees to our true course. So it says right here we got 19, 20 is pretty close. So we added 19 to our true course of 153, and that gave us our true heading up here. So our true heading is 172. Perfect. And that's all that we're gonna do with this side of the E6B. I'm gonna make another video about how to find time and fuel burn using the other side of the E6B.